finally, a Saw sequel that gets it right. After the disappointment of Spiral from the Book of Saw, the creators of this long-running franchise went back to the drawing board and delivered the best installment in years. Saw X tackles the issues that plagued previous films by narrowing its focus, tidying up the confusing plot lines, introducing clever traps, and giving Tobin Bell and Shawnee Smith their shining moments. The characters are brought back to life in a way that tugs at our heartstrings, unlike the somewhat manipulative nature of the past films. Plus, the punishments inflicted in this movie feel more fitting and less over the top compared to previous chapters, where it seemed like the Jigsaw killer went too far for minor offenses. Finally, a satisfying and intense addition to the Saw franchise. This time, it's personal. Director Kevin Greutert wastes no time in delivering a gripping opening to the film, filled with intense scenes and Jigsaw's vivid imaginings of gruesome traps. A clear message that the audience shouldn't expect a dull moment. However, amidst the shock and horror, we also witness John Kramer, played by Tobin Bell, facing a devastating revelation about his impending death. Now you might be thinking, wait, didn't we already know this? And hold on, isn't John Kramer dead? Well, this story takes place between the events of the first and second Saw movies, where John has already transformed into the Jigsaw killer but is still very much alive. In the first act of Saw X, Tobin Bell's character, John Kramer, grapples with his impending death and seeks therapy to come to terms with it. During therapy, he meets a man, played by Michael Beach, who shares a similar fate of having limited time left. Later on, John is shocked to discover that this individual has miraculously received a life-saving treatment, hinting at the possibility of a cure. Intrigued and hopeful, John delves into the story behind this miracle and uncovers a sinister scheme orchestrated by Dr. Cecilia Peterson, portrayed by Sinove Makodi Lund. Dr. Peterson and her team operate in Mexico, where they conduct brain surgery experiments off the grid. Exploiting the desperate hopes of dying individuals, they manipulate and deceive them, swindling them out of their fortunes that they intended to leave behind for their loved ones. However, this time, they have unknowingly targeted the wrong person in John Kramer, who is determined to put an end to their wicked game. Unlike the convoluted setups of previous Saw films, the plot of Saw X is refreshingly straightforward. We witness the main characters committing a terrible act against John Kramer, which prompts him to retaliate by trapping them in a room to play his twisted games. Amanda, a fan-favorite character portrayed by Smith, joins in to add her brand of nastiness to the mix, introducing some of Jigsaw's most elaborate devices. The intensity quickly ramps up, with one victim using their own intestine as a makeshift rope, while another is forced to perform brain surgery on themselves. The initial traps in the film cleverly tie in with the earlier deception, as those who had feigned surgery must now actually perform it to survive. Every trap in the film is meticulously designed and executed, surpassing the creativity and execution seen in many of the franchise's sequels. This attention to detail and interesting trap designs add to the intrigue and excitement of Saw X. The strength of Saw X lies in the direct involvement of John Kramer and Amanda in the events unfolding. Unlike previous films where their roles were often obscured, here they take center stage. Kramer's motives and the high stakes are clear from the start, avoiding the muddled plots that have plagued the franchise in the past. Tobin Bell, who portrays John Kramer, is given more screen time than ever before, managing to evoke sympathy for his character even as he inflicts torture upon others. While Amanda, played by Smith, may have a lesser role, she understands the franchise and delivers impactful moments that enhance the film. This is a departure from recent Saw installments, which strayed away from what made the series successful. These films became cluttered with forgettable characters and poorly executed lessons. Saw X returns to a more grounded approach, focusing on the core mission of John Kramer. It delves into the essence of being alive and forces its characters to confront their mistakes. The presence of a few severed limbs along the way adds to the grisly excitement of the film, but ultimately, it prioritizes the exploration of morality and redemption.